Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is Create Your Own Cozy. I went to visit my local IOD stockist because the Christmas release just came out last week. And while I was there, I happened to grab the Fruitful Harvest Stamp collection. This is last year's release, and if your stockist has any, they will not be able to grab anymore, so go ahead and grab them. But I was really excited to be able to get this set for $26. I'm pretty sure that was a pretty good deal. But I am going to use this stamp set in today's video. You don't have to use this specific stamp set to get ideas for my projects. Feel free to use any stamp sets that you have. But if you want to see what I do with this new stamp set, stick around. So let me show you my new to me stamp. This is the IOD Fruitful Harvest stamp. It was from last season, but a lot of stockists didn't get to sell them because they were stuck offshore. And I'm really excited to grab some ink and some paint and play around with these a little bit today. The first thing you do need to do is get some 220 grit sandpaper, take off your cover, and then just slightly sand it going two different directions, and this just gives the ink something to hold on to. And after that is done, the first time taking these off of their base, it's really hard to do, and you do have to pull quite a bit. Don't feel like you're going to rip them, because you will not. Just yank them off, and then we are ready to get started. In case you missed my announcement, I am a DIY paint stockist now, so I'm going to play around a little bit with the paints today on top of fabric using this IOD stamp and some ink. So I'm going to use Stays On ink. It's a permanent ink that I got from Hobby Lobby. The IOD ink I've heard is really awesome as well. I've just never used it. So I'm going to ink this really well, make it pretty juicy since it is on fabric. You will need it to be inked a lot more than you would if you were just doing it on a non-fabric surface. So you put it on, just rub it in very well, and you will be able to see the impression on the drop cloth. I am going to be using the DIY color cake batter. You can use whatever color you would like, and you can use whatever kind of paints that you would like. Since I'm using this for decor, I'm not really worried about how soft it ends up being. The fewer coats that you do, like the first coat of this really did kind of sink straight into the fabric, and it was almost like dyeing the fabric. When I did go for the second layer, when I wanted to do some blending with the colors, that's when it made it more like a canvas. And since this is going on decor, that didn't bother me at all. After I finished painting the way that I wanted it to go, I covered it in the DIY Big Top to protect it. And originally I was going to stamp over the top of it, but on this particular one, I decided not to. Don't worry, on the next project I will, so that I can kind of show you the difference. Next, I went to the basement and found some scrap wood, and then I got out a new to me product, the DIY Liquid Patina in the color Dark and Decrepit, to use it as kind of a stain / top coat. Then I got the IOD Typesetting stamps out, And I am just using white paint. I do not have any white ink, so I'm using white paint and just making sure when I push down on these that I don't go too hard and get all the paint that's on the sides. And I went back and I redid the A because I didn't think it looked quite right, and then you can sand it with the 220 grit before sealing it to make them all look very similar. I finished it off by cutting some furring strips, painting them white, and using my nail gun. The next project is going to be with the larger pumpkin and the same typesetting stamps from IOD, and I'm trying to get the letters to stay on here. I heard recently that you're supposed to be cleaning these with alcohol. Do you see the L that just fell off? Seriously. I just decided to do it by hand because it was not sticking anymore. I'm just stamping Hello Fall up here, and I wanted to do the letters first just in case something happened with them, and I did not want the whole pumpkin to be painted and stamped and then mess up on the letters. So I'm going to just lightly do the pumpkin. It's basically for the form so I can see where to paint. And then I pretty much do the same thing that I did in the smaller one. The only thing I wish I would have done is left more space on the top and the bottom to attach it to what I end up attaching it to. When I started this project, I didn't know if I was going to put it just like on a piece of wood or what, but what I ended up doing is putting some barnwood at the top and the bottom, and I wish that I had left way more fabric for stapling. That is something, hindsight, I wish I would have changed, but that's why I get to tell you guys. Another thing is you're not supposed to directly use this DIY paint from the container, but since I have been using these two colors quite religiously for the past couple weeks and plan on finishing up these bottles, I'm just putting it directly in the container, but it is recommended that you pour out the paint since it is all natural. You don't want to create any bacteria growth if you just keep double dipping. But again, I'm going to be using up this paint and filling up my booth with these colors for the next month. So after I'm finishing with all the painting, then I'm just going to go over, I did not put enough ink on here, and so I had to go back a couple times, but I just wanted to make sure that it had a nice stamp on the top so that you could see those shades, and adding that black to the top of my painting to make me look more professional. This is barnwood that I bought a while ago from Hobby Lobby, and the edges look brown and the top has this barnwood gray to it. So I am trying out the DIY liquid patina in the finished barnwood gray. This is a top coat, so I'm covering the whole thing with this to make sure that nothing can get spilled on it, and to kind of make the tone of this wood, both front and sides, all the same color. This right here is where I wish I had a little bit more real estate in the fabric. I wish I could have put it all the way on the other side of the wood and stapled it on both the top and bottom of the wood. Again, learn from my mistakes, but I am just stapling this in, and I think it's a cute decor item. What do you guys think? So I worked on these projects all day on Tuesday, and then Tuesday night we had a networking call with Sonnet's Garden Blooms, a part of her networking group, and we were making pillowcases on fabric with stuff. Now you can see here that I should have stamped this leaf up top first. I did the small pumpkin first, and then I wanted the leaf to be in the front. So I'm showing you here that the two items that you would want, or the items that you would want to be stamped in the front, is what you need to stamp first and then put the mask over it to protect your original items that you want in the forefront of your picture. And then you stamp the stuff that would be behind, covering up the stuff that you have in the front. So I just wanted to show you this project that I worked on. I'm just going to make a pillow out of it. I still don't quite know what I'm going to do with it, but it is another time of fun and creativity that I had, and wanted to show you the right order to do things, because I wish that leaf on top of the pumpkin was in the foreground and not behind. I'm going to do a couple rolling pins. All my rolling pins that I've done stuff to have sold. So this one had some markings on it that I couldn't quite get out. I got each of these rolling pins for $1. Went ahead and painted this rolling pin 2 coats in the color Prairie Gray from DIY, and then did a top coat on it. And now I'm just going to roll it over the stamp right here. This one actually came apart, so I painted the items separately and did cake batter for the handles, and then there you go. Just nice and easy, and make sure you clean off your stamp right away. And then on the second one, I just did dark and decrepit on the rolling pin part and painted the handles white, and then did a stamp of the apples. Both of these stamps, both the leaves and the apples, were from this same fall stamp set. Pick number 4 is going to be a couple of owls, because, why not? So this guy is really heavy. I got him for $3.99, solid piece of metal. And he just looked like he was painted brightly with these metallic colors. I was going to repaint the whole thing, and then I was like, why not just do some dark wax? So after he was done, I took this one and thought this one needs to be the color cake batter. I had spray painted it white. It actually was yellow originally, but it had like kids writing and stuff on it. So I spray painted it white, and I was like, I'm kind of bored with this. So 3 coats of cake batter and a top coat, and we have some fun little owls. One of my projects last week that was my favorite was the canister that I painted Prairie Gray with a dark wax. So that's what I did to this urn. I had spray painted it white, and then I did 2 coats of Prairie Gray did a top coat, and then just did the dark wax over the areas I wanted to kind of be enhanced. This ended up looking so rich. Just looked like it had been this way forever, and this is the way it was supposed to be. Very happy with how this came out. I styled it with that floral that I got at Hobby Lobby in the fall section, that blush color pink. I might be going back to get some more, guys, because I am loving how this turned out. So did you guys have a favorite today? I really enjoyed getting into the fall spirit. In the 60s is what we've been waking up to, so that I can handle. The high 80s, that can go away. I'm ready for fall weather. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite project was. I did want to let you guys know that this is the product that I got from the IOD Christmas line, the transfer set Christmas Valley. So I just wanted to let you guys know this in case you guys already got this or have it coming on the way to you, that this is what I'm going to be doing a lot of my Christmas projects coming up in the next couple weeks, along with some other stuff. But I just wanted to let you know that I'd be working with that transfer set. If you guys enjoy my content, I would love it if you would hit subscribe. It turns out that about half of you guys that watch me on a regular basis are not subscribed. Guys, I'm only just under 100 away from hitting 8,000 subscribers. And if you enjoy my channel, I would love it if you would hit subscribe and hit that notification bell to all so that you can get notified every time I upload a new video. Guys, give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite was. I also wanted to give a shout out to Lawson. Lawson, happy 10th birthday, buddy. He is my nephew in Texas, and he is an avid Create Your Own Cozy watcher. So I just wanted to say happy birthday, Lawson. And if you guys want to leave him a birthday message down below, I am sure he would enjoy reading those comments. Guys, thanks so much for coming on this journey with me. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.